Welcome to The Patty Show. My name is Patty Setiatti, and in this podcast, we'll explore the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity, and how they can lead you to your own personal paradise. We'll chat with inspiring guests, share practical tips, and dive into stories that will empower you to live your best life. Let's get the Patty Party started. Welcome back, everybody, to The Patty Show. Domo arigato. We got episode 4 over here, and just grateful to be back. It's been a long time. Not really. But we're back with episode 4. Today we're exploring what it takes to turn your passion into a fulfilling reality.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then thank you, studio audience. Yes. We're back to our first P, which is passion. And last episode we talked about positivity. We had our guest Yannick Abli. Thanks, my brother Yannick, for coming. Shout out to you. I hope you enjoy your General Tso's or Popeye's chicken, whatever you enjoy. But a little recap from last episode. We talked about positivity and how a positive mindset can really change your life. We talked about how negativity, unfortunately, is part of life, but how we manage that negativity, it can help us pursue our personal paradise. Another P. Yes, sir. Thank you again to my studio audience. And as you can hear, and as you can see, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Yes. there we go. He's going to break the screen with his muscles. But joining me today, someone who has also successfully taken the leap and is using their passion into a meaningful journey, turning it into a meaningful journey. He is also a phenomenal personal trainer. Wow. He's the Indo Prince with a golden smile, and is the future starting wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. Give it up for my brother Galih. Come on, man.
Awesome,
man.
I didn't know about that one. That's a little inside. I don't know what to call it. Inside joke or inside story. But
bro,
yeah,
I'm telling you, got to manifest it.
We went to Seattle together and we loved the place.
Yeah, Seattle was so
Seattle
fun,
Seahawks. Let's do it. But turns out, I asked my friends, it's because we went in the perfect time.
Yeah, bro. Because
we went in the 4 best days that Seattle has ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of those 4 days,
it's just rainy, right? It's rainy, disgusting.
We just perfect timing during that time.
Bro, we got to talk more about the Seattle one eventually.
Man.
But please introduce yourself again, Mr. Wide Receiver Guy.
Wow. Okay, so my full name is Galih Gibran Sukawanto. Originally from Indonesia, born and raised there. I went to public school during high school. Junior, senior high school, because we got
Where in Indonesia were you, my man?
Originally from Bandung, Indonesia.
Hey, okay.
But I always say I'm also from Jakarta because I spent my weekends there training in Jakarta and then go back to Bandung.
Okay.
And then I moved to Australia for college, and then after that I got an opportunity to go to America to chase my dream, which is to be a professional athlete, and I moved out here 3 years ago. So my passion has always been pushing through the limitations of someone's beliefs and go to that.
Yes, sir. And this guy is fast. Wide receiver. I mean, bro, what's your Instagram again? Just so we know. It's
my Instagram is at Galih Gibran, Galih Gibran. But the thing is, I was not fast a year ago. Growing up, I was not fast. In high school, especially, I'm not fast. I'm that chunky kid that does not have mechanics into running.
Bro, you're just like me, bro.
So that's why I love to do. Showcase my journey, especially in my Instagram. It's just easy to story. I like to show where I was before and where I am now, because people see I'm not just laughing of like, oh, I don't have the genetics or that. Yeah. I was like, I really wasn't fast. A year ago, I was running a 40-yard, as an NFL 40-yard dash is kind of like the speed measurement, right? Tom Brady did like 5.1 seconds. And people considered it was slow. I did 5.2, which is slower than Tom Brady. And then a few months ago, I did like 4.43, which is quite fast compared to 5.2. Even though it's only like 1 second, but 4.43 is like OBJ. 4.43 is like the average wide receiver in the NFL. So consider fast, but I've never been fast. It was just because the work that I've done.
Wow.
The past year, and the coaches that are so great, willing, patient to like coach me. And so if you're slow, we can make you fast.
Hey man, guys,
I believe in that.
He gotta hold me accountable. Patty Show goes running. One day I'm gonna be fast like him.
It might be tomorrow actually. I need to see if the coach is available.
Okay, he's gonna kill me, guys. Please, the episode will already come out already before I die. If it gets uploaded, it's because I died. But bro,
you'll love it. You'll love it.
Now you're a speed demon, man. I remember the first time I seen your videos. This guy looks like. I don't even know how to explain it. Like he's like twitching, like.
It is the goal, right? To be fast twitch. And people say, oh, you have to have fast twitch, but there's always like you need to train fast to be able to have that fast twitch. So it looks like a Energizer rabbit. Like if you see, it looks like.
And he has that energy, his good vibes. So. I wish he was in the positivity episode. He'll have one eventually.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But Galih,
what is this 3 Ps, man? I mean, not 3 Ps. What are the Ps?
Of course, man. We gotta remind everyone what these 3 Ps are.
Okay.
So it's passion, pleasure, and positivity. Okay, so.
Oh, so it rotates around.
It kind of
topic?
rotates.
Okay.
Exactly. So our first episode was focused on passion. Our boy Jan Conan, shout out to you, bro. And we had our next episode with our music producer Brian, our homie.
Right, yeah.
For pleasure, focused on pleasure with the homies. You know.
What?
That's what he said. Not me. I swear to God, he said that was.
Everything's pleasurable.
I know, a lot of pleasurable. And then positivity. It kind of all wraps up, and it helps us kind of live our best lives and help us pursue our personal paradise. A lot of P's.
Right. Oh, personal paradise. Okay.
Yes, sir. And that means
Personal
different things for
paradise.
everybody, but that's why I brought you here today.
Awesome.
But
Okay.
backtracking though.
Yep.
How did we meet though? It's a funny story. I want to see what your perspective on it is.
How's it been? A year ago? Less than a year?
Definitely less than a year.
But it was when you the universe is always trying to help you, right? It's always working for you, not to you, not at you. And this, I'm not trying to be like spiritual guru or anything, but it happens in that way as well. We never knew, like if you think when you were in high school, we would probably not gonna meet in terms of our logical way. Because we're in 2 different paths of life.
Yes, sir.
The only thing that we relate is Indonesian.
Yeah.
We're both Indonesians, grow up in Indonesia for some times. But you were applying to work in the restaurant that my girlfriend manages in.
Shout out to Zara. You're going to be on the show soon, girl. We miss you.
I don't know if you're able to. She did not like being in front of camera.
Don't worry.
But she has a great message that I believe everybody needs to hear.
Course.
Her leadership capabilities is amazing. She's super kind. And going back to how we met is you technically were about to work there, and then Zara was like, there's this Indonesian that's trying to apply it. In my head, I was like, maybe it's not Indonesian, maybe you're just saying it Indonesian.
Yeah.
But then I still was like, it's Indonesian. And then you got the interview from Zara, and you guys kind of like perfect fit in terms of working there. And immediately, I think if Zara told me, don't go here the next day yet, just give him some time. Don't freak him out. Yeah. But I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know. He was ready.
I think second day or your third day, I went there. I was like, where's this Indonesian guy? And then we hit it off.
Yeah. Oh man,
we had a good time.
It was like good sparks.
And it was like those friendship that started without friction. I mean, not like friction sparks. It's in like friction as hard. Like it was effortless. In a way that we weren't like trying to make this friendship work.
Of course, it just worked. Worked. And I think I talked about it with Brian in the episode. Like, it just worked because, like, personally, you know how it is. There's not a lot of Indonesians in general. Like in the U.S. because usually they go to Australia. Like
right, yeah.
Because it's close to Indonesia, or like our colonizers, the Netherlands. One day we'll have a Dutch trip soon. But like finding another Indonesian, bro, I was so excited to hear about that. I'm like, what? And then the fact that we kind of like. Even though you're pursuing like your athletics and like sports, and I'm
very similar,
but it's similar.
Out of the box of we're not trying to say anything about like the corporate jobs or the consulting or the accounting lawyer. It's great, but it's unconventional to kind of like do things in entertainment and in sports, especially. And they're very as an Indonesian. Because there's very few role models that done it. There's a lot of that already been CEOs. A lot of has been like billionaires from Indonesia. So in terms of conventional way entrepreneur, there's a lot already. But in terms of sports and entertainment, where are we look for? We have some people, but it's not like normal.
It's also like we have some people that are like Southeast Asian, like some Filipino athletes or actors and stuff like. But it's not
rare Indonesian.
Indonesian, and then also with our stories, it's in Indonesia and in the U.S. the population of Indonesians is super small compared to all the other Asians. Like there's more Thai people,
actually,
more Filipinos, more Cambodians even.
Yeah.
Like in my region, bro, in Bridgeport, it's just basically all Cambodians, Vietnamese.
Yeah.
So I would always like chop it up with my homies. Shout out to my boy Chan. You're gonna be on the show eventually when I go back to Connecticut. But like having an Indonesian group, bro, like in Connecticut for me, bro, it was only my cousins. And then cousins of cousins, basically, and like people from the church.
Right.
So it's like finding a community here, man, like. and someone that's inspirational like you, bro. Like,
Oh, man.
this is the flower section real quick. Flowers with Patty, bro. Like, man, you inspired me to make this podcast too, bro, because you push hard. Another P word. Push hard, bro. Literally, when I see you work out, you look crazy, bro. Like, you're gonna push as hard as you can, and you don't stop, and you don't let anyone else tell you otherwise that you can't do what you're doing.
It is the truth,
and it's
right?
like, it fuels my passion too, because the days I feel like, oh, I'm just gonna sleep, eat some noodles or whatever. I know Galih's working hard, man. The devil works hard, but we work harder. We work harder, bro. I'm telling you, man. And you know the personal trainer grind too, bro. We wake up. Man, early out here.
It is the another P word, like the persistence. It's all about. Very few can make it in the first try, right? Mm-hmm. But it's the one that kept on being persistent and try to be resourceful in a way to get to their dreams, or the one that actually get it or grow from it, that can gain a lot of things from it. It's just being persistent in whatever you're trying to do. And I thought I would make it in my first year to get to my goal. I didn't. It's like third year or fourth year now. I don't even know how long have I been doing this, but it's that persistence of just like falling in love or just romanticizing the day-to-day things of the grind, of the hard work, that you don't care when you're going to get the goal. Is more about, this is the lifestyle I want, and I want to continue.
And it's the journey that you enjoy, because once you get to that destination, I think I've felt this too, like, once you reach a certain goal, you lose the satisfaction because you're already at already at the destination. So if you fully enjoy the journey, because we'll never go back to the.
It's only that 1 second. It's only like 1 second. Oh, win an Oscar! Yeah, great. Went home. Your kid is like, Dad, let's run around. It's like, what the heck? This doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything because you already reached the goal. And I think about that. We met probably in I forget when I started at Loki, like January. Yeah. So I started at a restaurant over there when I moved to LA to chase the dream. It's like the whole actor journey. Chase the dream, all that stuff. Trying to be presenter Patty, all that stuff. But yeah, January, and then been working there for a while, and then switched jobs to Meta. Shout out to Meta. Trying to make money out there. But yeah, it's still crazy. I'm still processing everything. Like how a lot has changed. I was so happy
when you got that, man.
It was bro, awesome. Honestly, I appreciate it. Honestly, like the energy. This guy, I'm telling you, he's another one of those people. Like I talked about last episode about having like a winner circle. He's one of them. He's one of them, man, bro. Like seriously, bottom of my heart, man.
Like, you're the same in me as well.
Man. The proximity, another P word, is right there. It's a blessing, bro. Like, I don't know. I just feel good.
We help each other win, and that is one of my dreams. Of LeBron James have brought he's kind of like his closest friends from high school to become kind of like his business partner.
Like Rich Paul was there since like he was.
And I've always want to have that, and not just with my high school, but like close friends of mine that we help each other in ways that we thought we couldn't do, but help each other in like connections or even support of motivation. Like you literally called me yesterday before I work out, and it was the best thing, and that's what we need. And so it's the best thing.
We're gonna win, man. This is our year. 2024, 2025 is coming soon.
That's true.
All right, let's transition to our first talking point of the episode.
Oh, we haven't even started.
I know we just vibing out here. This is part of the show, just vibing, giving the flowers. And again, I appreciate you again for being here. And I'm so glad we met, honestly, bro. Like we're gonna talk about it more. We're gonna talk about it more. But our first talking point is we're focused on identifying that right moment. So recognizing when it's time to take the leap, it can be kind of scary.
Yes.
But what signs do you look for to know when it's time to take the leap? And when did you know personally, like, to move to the U.S.? Because you said you were in. Walk me through your life again. So you said Indonesia, Australia, then the U.S. Like that's a journey, bro. Like, what made you take those different leaps? Because going to Australia also is a big leap. Going to the U.S., so it's like, what? Walk me through that.
Back then it was a big leap, and then looking back now, it's not as big as the one going to USA. And that's the thing, right? Our challenge in life always seemed bigger at the moment, but it would seem a lot smaller in the future. That helped me a lot as well. Whenever I felt like a lot of challenges going on, I'm like, I'm gonna laugh about this challenge in the future because it'll be so small compared to in the end. But the story was, I finished high school, and I've always I've never felt the connection in terms of studying in Indonesia, like continuing the normal path of, because I was in public school, everybody in public school in Indonesia is wanting to college to go to Indonesia in Indonesia. I understand there's like tuition fees and things that prevent them to do undergraduate degree overseas. But to me, I just do not want to take an entrance exam to do studies in Indonesia. I just think that is like a rat race for me. Especially in my generation and that during that time. So I've always looked upon I wanted to do something outside. I didn't even apply to go to school in Indonesia. I actually applied to America because I'm kind of like did leadership academy every summer in high school.
What's
like
that?
For 2
What's
weeks.
leadership academy?
It's the best thing. It's the one that probably changed my trajectory.
Okay.
It's called International Leadership Academy.
Okay, shout out to them. I don't know where they are, but
it's the best thing. It's Fort Worth, sister cities. I hope one day I can give back to them.
Awesome, bro.
I try my best to give back. So it's basically 2 weeks in Fort Worth, Texas, where they gather high school students from 8 to 10 different countries around the world. So Indonesia, one of the cities that's selected is Bandung, which is my city.
Wow, bro.
I got that synchronicity again. And Italy is like Reggio Emilia, where Kobe Bryant grew up in.
What?
There's China, there's Japan. Japan is Nagaoka. So it's this.
Arigato.
It's not like the main cities that people know, but it's the cultural city that we wish people know.
Yeah, because Bandung has a lot of culture. Like, you gotta talk people about that, because people only know Indonesia, like Bali, which I love.
Yeah.
Bali episode coming soon. Okay. One day, bro. Oh man, if that episode comes out, it's not
awesome.
coming out. It's after hours, because that was gonna be crazy.
And Bandung, and so that's the thing, and that's what I did in high school. Every 2 weeks in the summer, I got chosen to represent Indonesia with like 5 different Indonesian students. And when you gather like high school students from different countries around the world, magic happens in terms of different perspective. We were given a task in order to kind of like help provide solution in the current world situation, such as back then it was the blue zones. How can we apply the blue zones area, which is like longevity, health in different cities?
So the blue zone, could you explain that to the viewers? That's the one with the different
health lifestyles. And blue zone studies like centennials, people that lives over like 100 years old. And so there's like patterns, right? They eat this certain foods, they live a certain lifestyle. The people that surround themselves with are kind of like this and that. And that's kind of like, I think there's like 8 or 10 or even 6 blue zones cities around the world, and we were kind of discuss on how can we implement that within our sister cities. And that was kind of like year 1, and magic things happen because crazy things that I believe in, when you put diverse kind of perspective, magic things happen, because people from Japan think differently from me in Indonesia, and they gave a great insight. And then people from Mexico and people from even there's now the country is called Eswatini. It's one country in South Africa. They have completely amazing ideas, and we all kind of like bonded and we all put it all together, and that's kind of made me excited to be kind of a citizen of the world. And that's what I did. And the event is always held in TCU in Texas, which is Texas Christian University in Fort Worth.
TCU,
That's why I always kept on going there, and I actually applied to go to TCU because I'm like, oh, great, full circle. I want to go there again.
It'd be awesome, yeah.
And so I applied to that school. I got accepted, but then we toured schools in Australia, and I think publicly I've said this only a few times. I've only said it to my friends. The reason why I picked Australia was when we toured it. My mom's brother, my mom's brother, which is the one that's kind of like close to our family, passed away when we were in Australia. And then my mom never asked me to do anything. My parents never asked me to do anything in life. And that was something that we can talk about later, that I'm very grateful. But during that moment, my mom asked, pick Australia, because if something goes, health within our family goes wrong, it's easy. It's only like 4 hours flight, 5 hours flight away. Because on that moment, because that thing happened. And I'm like, I didn't want to pick Australia because I'm like, America, I have a poster of USA.
TCU, baby.
TCU, full circle.
College parties.
Texas. And all that.
You're single back that guy.
And Australia. So I was like, okay. My mom never asked me to do anything in life. This is the moment that she asked. I'll do it.
Wow.
So I picked Australia. And in Australia, I was just a normal student doing undergraduate, bachelor degree. Wasn't an athlete, but in my heart, I've always wanted to be an athlete. But I was this scrawny little kid. I was like an average Indonesian. An average Indonesian.
That's why it's funny. Whenever people see Indonesians and they look at us,
they're like, you're not Indonesian. They're like big dudes.
Bro, people think I'm Samoan, bro. When I let the hair out, I'm like, sure. I'll take care of it.
But yeah, so in Australia, I got undergraduate. Good thing I took accelerated studies, so I finished that degree in like around 2 years. And it was during COVID. And during COVID, I was alone in my apartment, and I don't know why. It was we can go back to later on, but I got this kind of idea coming up in my head that I wanted to do American football, and then I find ways to go to accomplish that dream in order for me to be ready to get the opportunity to go to America, and I did it, and then I moved to America, and that was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. So that was trajectory: Indonesia, Australia, normal student, and then normal student into America. And become an athlete. So yeah, that was the trajectory.
That's a crazy story. Thanks again for sharing, man, and being vulnerable. I didn't even know about that. I appreciate it,
man. I always joke around. I always joke around to
this
people.
Guys, if you don't know him, like seriously, this guy always positive, like we've worked other crazy jobs. We won't say it, but hard labor, like I'm talking like sweating blood, sweat and tears.
It is a great test on our dedication if you want to do things.
The fact that he still always has a smile. When even though some days we want to die, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Oh my god, you know what exactly?
We probably died already.
Yeah, our spirit died, but our soul still lives in.
Yeah,
but
our physical definitely died on that
exactly.
One.
But
15 hours straight. Wait, no, 20 or maybe 18 hours straight. Like physical labor, no breaks.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but it builds a lot of character and it humbles us a lot. It taught me a lot of things. I'm glad. Also, thanks for putting me on to that whole program because
that helped me. That's what we do as friends, man. We lift each other up, even though it's not just that. It's just the little things, one step at a time, and it's one of the friendship that I always cherish because.
Damn, bro.
The reason I did that wasn't I tried to expect something from you. I just want to, hey, let's do this, man. Let's do this. A lot of, and I'm so grateful that you're like, oh man, it was valuable to you because I've helped some people in the past. Yes, I'm probably expecting something from them.
Yeah.
Of just that's like a thank
nature.
You.
That's just human nature. Yeah. There's always,
And they didn't. I'm like, what the heck? That was a lot of thing that could change your life.
Yeah.
But then with you, I wasn't even expecting a thank you because I was just, you're a great guy. You're awesome. Thanks, and I just feel that synchronicity of like, we need to help each other out. And I feel like you will benefit from this too, and you will enjoy this, you know. And so we ended up doing the work together, and it was great.
Yeah, it was a fun time, and bro, I'm like genuinely grateful. Like I'm reflecting now because I moved to LA in late November, so it's almost a year, bro.
Yeah.
But a lot of things quickly changed and all that, and I think I mentioned on the show, but I've definitely had a lot of low ups and lows. Like taking the restaurant job, like I'm grateful for everybody that I love them, but to be honest, bro, I graduated college.
Right, and that was the thing that we talked about too, right?
I literally had to.
That ego,
that
ego, especially on our age of like 25.
Yeah, I'm 26, bro.
So, 26, 25.
Similar. But you know what I'm saying?
Similar, right?
It took me a lot to just like swallow that pill and be like, all right, I need to do this because I need to make money to survive, like for the family and everything.
In order for you to chase the dream, and yet still surviving to chase the dream.
Yeah,
right?
bro. And it was so hard, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, because like I'm like. Damn, I literally have a college degree. I did this already before.
And that's the hardest, not the physical. It's that ego, not ego. Yeah, it is the ego of like, we already have a college bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
And why are we doing a lower than minimum wage job? Nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, our friends that has that bachelor's degree are doing six-figure jobs.
Exactly.
They're able to have a great apartment by themselves.
Yeah.
Get a luxury car.
Exactly.
And all this. And we're
still like
piling up ice and
cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah, cleaning things up.
The bathroom over there is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
It is crazy because also I think about it.
Up, bringing heavy things, serving, for hours and hours on end. And we're like, we already did the same things that people did. Especially people back home, and whenever I scroll Instagram, oh man, my friend worked in BMW in Germany. Yeah. My friend works in this consulting company in Indonesia. Doesn't worry about this, but then I realized that is the test of that little trait, the sacrifice.
It's a different trait, and they're pursuing their own different passion in another light.
Yeah, and
honestly, it helps. And I'm grateful.
That's the non-judgment way to see it.
That's the non-judgment.
I have a bad side of I can judge of like. They're doing well now, but we don't know what's gonna happen in the future because life is long. You know,
it's a journey.
They're doing great now. But whether in life we're always gonna have challenges, and you just gotta be strong and ready for it. And I feel like that time kind of like helped us to be ready for that.
Absolutely, bro. And I think about that a lot because I'm glad that. Cause bro, I think I told you this, but I applied to other restaurants. I even applied to Target, bro. They didn't accept me.
Oh, really?
Like, isn't that crazy, bro?
That's
college
wild.
degree. I've done like
That's
restaurant work.
insane.
I'm like, come on now. But I'm glad they didn't accept me because then I got the job at
I know, and we ended up meeting.
bro. Like it's
Damn.
God is whatever you believe in, God, Allah, Buddha, all that, whatever. Like seriously, like it just like we were talking about at the beginning, kind of a
Yep.
not divine intervention, but maybe like where stuff just happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And like last year, bro, I didn't know you, bro.
That's true. And
Even-
it felt like
even-
we've been helping each other
Bro.
since we were born.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
what's crazy. That's why like it was easy for me.
People
to
always
come on
say
the
it's like
podcast.
we know each other since we were born, but I feel like we've helped each other since we were
That's
born.
the thing. That's the difference.
And
Because I know a lot of people since I was born and they didn't help me out, right? No, and vice versa. You know, but I know what you mean, bro. It literally
Yeah.
feels like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
Like with Brian too, bro. I feel like I know for
Yeah.
like the connection for us is just
Yeah.
so strong. Sam, you're
Like
gonna be on the podcast
yeah.
soon, bro. Sam, you better be.
And as
Yeah.
soon you gotta make him redo the swimming, man.
I know, yeah. You gotta get yeah. 'Cause
Swimming.
Our
he's
homie
a
Sam-
national swimmer.
swimmer, and you know why I love and respect you a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You introduced me to him as he's that swimmer guy.
Yeah.
You and me think the same. We're like, oh, he's a soccer guy. He's a this. The passion you bring out because that's what we are as humans. We're not the desk worker. No one's passionate
Yeah.
about typing. Okay, I work at Meta. I'm not I love Meta. Give me a raise. But like, come
Just
on.
working at too much.
I know. I'm trying to get more, bro. Holiday season, bro. Come
Oh,
on.
that's true. That's
you know,
true,
big
that's true.
family, bro.
But it is true, right? Like, yeah, like seeing amazing people back home. They're doing things that I'm not bashing on corporate jobs. My dad worked corporate jobs, able to help me, on this dream.
There's the stability of it.
Yeah. But also at the same time, we cannot forget to do the passions on the side too,
It's
right?
important, bro. It fuels you a lot because like the days like I was saying like I was super low, man. If I didn't have that passion to really want to be an entertainer, presenter, all that stuff, I'd give up, bro. Imagine like a 26-year-old mopping the floors in a Mexican restaurant, bro. Or like, come on now. But
Yeah.
luckily, I also had a great team. Shout out to everyone. Everyone's
Yeah.
gonna be on the podcast soon, you know.
Yeah.
But and then I got to meet you. Like I think about all the pieces aligning. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. Like the fact that I met you, I
Yeah.
met Brian and Sam. Brian helped me with the music of the podcast. Like
that was nice, actually.
it's
That was
all
really
the
nice.
fire coming together. Like you, bro. Also, you go working at Equinox when you told me that inspired me to finally do personal training because I was
Oh,
like,
really? Oh,
all
man.
right, I gotta do this too. Then like I gotta lock in. That test was hard though.
Oh,
I suck at tests, bro.
The PT test?
Yeah, oh, bro, I can't. Which one did you take, by the way?
I took the NASM.
Oh yeah, I
It
took
was
the-
wild. I crammed it in like 2 days.
Yeah, but
It
you
was insane.
Yeah, you got the science stuff, bro. I'm like, this is a bone. Like I know how to do a curl, glute bridge.
It's like, but now it's like we're talking about hearts.
I know. It's like,
Heart
what is
system?
this?
What in the world?
I know how to hip thrust.
But why are we talking
That's
about diastolic and systolic? It's
For
like,
real.
okay.
What's your favorite exercise though, bro? If you had one.
Oh, of course, Olympic
Besides
lifting.
hip thrust, though.
No,
I know.
I don't actually do hip thrust. But it's like Olympic liftings, anything cleans. And,
Oh, like the snatches
snatch,
and everything.
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta get back into it. But my
Yeah.
shoulders, that's
Yeah.
a lot. I love pull-ups. That's P for pull-up. That's my favorite one. Because I remember when I was younger, bro. Like not even that much younger in college.
Yeah.
I could not do a single pull-up.
Oh, really? Why? Because you were fat?
Yeah, fat and not strong, bro. I was like probably the same weight as I am right now. I'm a little less than 200.
Oh, but it's body composition.
Body
more fat.
composition, bro. And then the first day I got put, I was addicted. Every day I did at least one. And then
Oh,
I've been
wow.
doing like weighted pull-ups. Recently I did 135
Oh, damn.
extra, bro, for one.
135 what?
135
Kilo?
pounds? No,
Oh.
not kilo. Wait.
I was
Bro,
like, that's
I'm
Olympic
not
level,
NFL.
bro.
I'm not using any of that. Oh, no, no. Hey, no,
Whoa.
he's natty.
No.
Yo, NFL, he's natty. He's natty. I promise. I checked before. No, I didn't. I didn't
How do
check.
you know?
No, no. I didn't check that way.
We did blood test. We did blood test.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can check me. I'm clean.
Of course. That's how homies do it. We have to test each other's. Never mind. I'm gonna
Cleanliness.
Cleanliness.
Of no drug test.
Exactly.
Of
No drug test. But nah, bro. Like the fact that you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not just saying just because you're my homie, bro. You can make it there because you got the
Hey,
speed,
bro.
the passion, the drive, and you look like a. Look at this. If you guys when the video pods come out, look at him. He's ready.
Can you make me a little bit like
Yeah, we'll
bigger, so
I look smaller.
some
dude.
people still say I'm too small for that.
Nah,
You know?
bro. You weigh like what?
I'm 182, which is like 81 kilo, 82 kilos.
What, bro? You weigh the
82
same weight as
pounds.
me? Oh
Wait,
my
are you
goodness.
really?
Yeah, I'm like 183. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm trying to cut down because I don't want to be big.
Oh,
bro.
okay.
It's for movies because you know the smaller I look,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bigger.
Oh, right.
It's all illusions, you know.
Smaller, the bigger. Okay.
You're like you're like
Interesting.
it's movie magic, bro.
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's my.
The screen, right?
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
the leaner you get, the more like definition you can see, like with your phones and everything. Like
That's true. That's true.
that's the main reason. So you don't have to be like 220, which
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever be 220. I'm
We
barely
can
6 feet.
increase your bone density. Yeah.
How do
we
you
can.
do that?
There's this thing called osteostrong that you increase your bone density, and we have maximum capabilities on how much muscle we can put on, and it's related to our bone density. And if you increase your bone density, you can get more. So, see, there's a lot of ways.
We just learned something new.
You just do biohacking stuff. So.
But is that
I did
natty?
That. Yeah, it's technically a machine. It's a
Wait,
machine
so
thing.
how does that work?
So it's an isometric. So you're technically isometric holding a weight coming at you like 1 ton. You know 1 ton? What is that?
1 ton is
10,000 pounds or
that's a lot.
1,000 pounds.
Yeah, something.
So
like that.
you're pushing against that isometric. So it kind of like stimulate your nervous system for bone growths because your bone thinks like it's gonna break, so that it needs to heal.
Oh, that's scary though, man.
It was made for osteoporosis, and then it becomes like they try it for athletes. They're like, can we do this for like athletes?
How much is it, bro?
You only do that once a week. And with membership, I think it's like $60 to $100 a month thing.
It's tempting, guys. If I act different, you know why. What's it called again?
It's called osteostrong.
Oh, osteostrong. Oh, I've seen that because LA.
It's in Marfis. Yeah, it's close. It's close to Loki.
Yeah, there's so much stuff over there.
Yeah. We haven't even gone to the first question. Shoot.
There we go. Don't worry. We'll try to. It's okay. The people in Japan can't hear it anymore. It's. Shout out to my Japanese viewers out there.
You can just cut it, right?
We'll cut it out somewhere.
I just feel bad for you to do the editing.
Nah, don't worry. Eventually, I'll have a whole team for the Patty Show.
Yeah.
But so we were talking about that right moment. But what made you kind of want to take that leap?
So the first one was
that first leap, yeah.
What is it? How do you know the right? Wait, what was the thing?
Oh, when
before the leap.
Yeah. So what signs do you look for to know when it's time to take the leap? So
before that, the first one. I think it's the right thing. How do you know it's the right thing?
Identifying the right moment.
Oh, the moment.
Yes. Yes. What was that moment that made you like, okay, I want to go
do this?
I want to go to the U.S. for example.
Yeah.
I want to become the wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? Like, amen to that. Amen. Because Seattle, man, those apartments look nice.
I don't know. That's true.
Hook my brother up. You know what I'm saying? Seahawks, nice. Y'all need help because y'all haven't won a chip in a while. You're gonna need him. Diversity too.
That's right. International spot.
International spot. Save it.
Come on now. 4-3-40.
There you go.
So the right moment comes from as long as we have the right purpose and the right reason first, right? It trickles down because for the right moment you need momentum. And what I was thinking, the reason why I asked is, how do you know what to do first? Because how do you know that? It comes down to the human needs. We have, Tony Robbins always says we have 6 human needs, like basic fundamental human needs. It's not the shelter. It's not that. Like you've seen homeless people. They don't have. Well, they have shelters. Still alive. So there is fundamental human needs. That one, we need the need of significance, which is it can be done with positive or negative, which is like positive way, significance, doing great things for others, being a good role model. That's good service, significance. Yep. But there can be bad significance by being dictator, by hurting people. That's significance. Like it or not, we have that need. Right. Second is the need of certainty. We want to know what's going to happen, but the next need also uncertainty. We like surprises.
Oh yeah.
We like surprises that we can tell.
We love parties. The patty parties.
So right, we have that need. Adventurous, and we have the need of connection and love. That's one need, and we have the need for growth, and we have the need for contribution. Like it or not, we all have that 6 needs. The difference between people's lives is how do they rank those things in terms of priorities?
Yes.
We can do this test. Someone that put their priority significance first would act differently than someone that put contribution first, right? So if someone that put significance first, they would care how their appearance in social medias only. They care about what people think of them.
Yeah.
But people that put contribution first, they care about what they can give. Both have the same need, just different kind of priorities, ranking. And the difference, what I was about to say is, the things that fulfilled us in life are the things that serve the purpose of our needs, the 2 needs, which is our growth needs and our contribution needs. The reason why you want to go do entertainment, I believe, is not just about ego and significance, because it will fuel you that long.
Not, yeah.
It's definitely one way of growth, forces you to grow to a better person, becoming better, but also contribute to the society.
Yeah.
Inspire Indonesians, inspire friends that you grew up with, inspire your family to go
sir.
outside your box. That's why. And the reason why I want to do this is, one, I want to become a shield for the kids in Indonesia if they have a dream in terms of being an athlete, and they're like, they don't look like athletes. They're like, hey dad, hey uncle. A lot of it is always the uncles or the random parents.
Yeah.
I want to be an athlete. And they're like, you're not an athlete. You're Indonesian. You cannot be an athlete. They're like, but Galih did it. And he didn't look like an athlete when he was in high school. And yet he became, highest paid NFL
Yes, sir.
receiver.
Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. That's what we're talking
Or becoming the greatest receiver of all time. And it's always that, to become that shield. And because it served my purpose of contribution and also growth, because I cannot be in that moment if I didn't grow. So one, you need to define the purpose that you have and the right kind of fulfillment towards it, because whatever you want to do, whatever great takes time, and takes time means a lot of challenges. One, in order for you to know the right moment is you don't. You never know when is the right moment, because like it or not, you can sleep and you missed it and you never know what's going to happen. You can did it and it changes and suddenly you get drafted, or you get an Oscar. You never know the right moment. The right moment is whenever you just do it. And but in my head, of my first instinct, the right moment is when you had the idea strikes. People always say this thing, God, universe. Whenever you had an idea, it's the universe signaling it to you. It wasn't just you having it. It's the universe signaling it to you and giving it to you. Whenever you had the idea, use that momentum, and that is the right moment. And I realized when I had that moment in my head and in my heart, when I was like laying down and I saw Joe Burrow get drafted. And he was like 24 years old, 25 years old. I'm like, whoa, I thought you can only be in the professional after college when you're 24 years old. I mean, 19 years old. Like, in NBA, 1 year college, one and done,
Some
go.
of them are like 18, bro.
Yeah, and then NFL suddenly 24. And then I contacted people. I was like, is it really? Oh, yeah, he was doing his master's degree. I haven't done my master's degree. I was like, that's why I was like, oh, then maybe I can do this. And that was my moment. It goes to that momentum because I follow through initially right from the idea. I didn't like sleep on it. I wasn't like, I'll do it later tonight. It was like in that moment, immediately I was like, Joe Burrow, really? And then I texted people that I know in America that love football. Is it really true? And then from that moment, I researched the Australian the punter. Is there an organization that really sent Australians to America? And you just use that momentum of doing the thing. That's for me. Whenever you have an idea strike, act on it. At least write it so that it sticks in you, and that's how you know the right moment is.
You gotta pursue that passion.
To do that leap. Because there's the window of opportunity. It's not like in terms of opportunity of like you got to say yes to it now or it's never going to happen. It's more, I see it as the universe signaling you that idea and that hope and inspiration. And there's only a certain time of a window that you can actually commit to it. And if you don't commit to it now, the idea suddenly dissolves. And the universe will give you another idea. But then the idea, it will
You're
be
in a different point in your life.
You're a different point in your life. It can be 5 years from now. It can be 10 years. It can be when you're 60 years old, like Colonel Sanders.
KFC.
So yeah. So when you have the idea strikes, the opportunity window, use that momentum immediately, because the universe is like saying, do it now, do it now, do it now. The idea is now. Freaking do it, and then you just jump.
And also, bro, like, more respect to you, bro. Like, just to give your flowers again, bro. Like, with athletics, it's different than the difference between like entertainment and sports. The biggest one is age, man.
Oh, that's true.
Because
that was my
that's a big difference, bro. Because you could be 65 and I could still be a presenter. I'll be like Steve Harvey. You know, he's like
right. It's even better for you because now,
because I'm
as
more
long
experienced.
As you persist. Glenn Powell didn't even have his big shot until he was like 40-something.
Exactly. So many other people.
And he was being a child actor.
Oprah didn't like have her first show, like 40-something or something like that.
Yeah.
But with athletes, there is that window.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that you're acting with urgency. Like yesterday, walk us through what happened yesterday, bro.
Oh, really? We just skipped through? Okay.
I gotta.
It was a great time. It was so I work in Equinox as a personal trainer on my OPT.
Equinox bougie boy over
legal.
here.
As an international.
Legal.
You know, it's correlated with my degree from Mount Sac. Personal training. I studied kinesiology, so I work as a personal trainer in Equinox. They're awesome, but I've never expected I'm gonna work as a personal trainer. You know, I just get the degree because I just get the degree.
Yeah.
But then I needed money to pay off my debt of training because trainings are expensive, and I opened 0% APR card, which saved me. But now it's my time to pay it back, so I need to work. Yeah. And somehow Equinox are the only place that kind of like hired me, which is I'm like, whoa, and it's the best Equinox still.
It's
like,
good.
Whoa,
Equinox,
in the world. Right. They hired me, and long story short, one of my client is. I cannot tell what he do because I don't want to privacy and all that. Yeah. But technically, he's a great guy, and his best friend. Well, at least he's friends with this person that was in the NFL, and he has after finishing NFL, they met in like business school, and technically he created a company, and this company. I'm just trying to puzzle piece how to tell the story.
Yeah. No worries.
So technically, in the NFL. They have this thing called International Player Pathway or International Player Pathway Program for internationals to go to the NFL. I've been wanting to go to this program, but I do not know anybody in that program. And I've been trying for months, emailing them, DMing them, LinkedIn. I tried to find ways. No replies. And then I heard that my client has a NFL friend that is actually a wide receiver as well, and I've never had know anybody in the NFL that was a wide receiver. I know all linemen, good friends with them. I'm gonna have foods with them.
Oh, no.
After this, you can come to if you want. I have defensive players, but I've never had the same position as me.
Yeah.
And this is my first time. And the reason why I wanted to connect with him is to ask, does he know any coach that can train me in terms of speed skills?
Speed work,
not speed. Receiver skills. So it wasn't like I'm trying to ask him for, hey, can you help me get into NFL? It's more, do you know anybody that can help me in terms of becoming a better receiver?
Yeah.
And then we called, and then he asked me my story and my background, similar to what I've been saying, kind of the reason why I don't play football and what I've been doing for the past few years. And then he told me, oh, you want to go to the International Combine? My company is actually partnered with that Combine. And I was like, what in the world? How is this gonna my mind was blowing up of this is
crazy.
This is what humans cannot control. This is only God and universe.
Yeah, it was crazy because it happened out of nowhere. Because yesterday we were gonna record the episode.
Yeah,
and then you called me, and then I was like, oh,
and then,
what's up, man?
Yeah, and then he helped me immediately connect me to his other business partner that was a wide receiver to make me faster, and then we ended up. Hey, he's like, you know what? I can train you. There's a field in my house. Let's do it. And I'm like, let's do it. I've always dreamed of this moment, training straight from the NFL receiver. And man, we did it yesterday. That's why we canceled yesterday.
But I'm glad. Man. Because when he called me, I was like, bro, I don't care about this podcast no more. This is your time. This is your time to lock in. Because an opportunity like that doesn't happen all the time.
I know.
The timing was just right for you. And then, bro, you were ready, like I said.
And it was because of I've stayed ready. And I know that cliche of staying ready, you never get ready. But it's always if you see me before yesterday, you would be asking, why in the world are you still doing this? There's no opportunity in front of you. There's no other things kind of pathway that you can go. Nobody's answering you. What are you going to do? And yet, when you become the person you want to be, it becomes the goal itself. Let's say, what would an Oscar actor act like? What the best presenter live their life like? What would be an NFL receiver lifestyle is going to be like? When I embody that and suddenly always do that, it's called, David Goggins say performing without purpose. It somehow kept me ready, and then for the opportunity to shine, if I wasn't ready, I'll be like, oh, okay, let me do it tomorrow, and momentum
and
just
then
go.
It's done. And
same
then
thing as the idea, right? That window of opportunity.
That's the same thing, even for entertainment. That's why I'm making this podcast, because I'm doing it every week, because I never know when the opportunity is. I'm ready. Everybody, who's Patty?
Always
trying to get better.
Yeah. It's not like you're getting ready expecting something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But you're just getting ready because you will do this forever anyway.
And you love the craft already so much that it's already part of your identity. I have so much fun with this podcast. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Shout out to the 100+ downloads, everybody around the world.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's crazy. 3
and
episodes.
It is God's or universe way of do you really want this or not?
Exactly.
That kind of thing. Right?
Yes, bro.
Because it's not like God don't want to give it to you, because they know the greater the things, the better challenge is gonna, the bigger the challenge is gonna come. People are like, what? When you're rich, when you're famous, isn't that the best thing in life? Well, have you seen Justin Bieber able to just eat out and eat ramen without
That's
anybody going in? You know, he's worried about how he's gonna look because freaking paparazzi gonna take a photo when he's like sneezing.
Fans. Yeah, crazy fans.
And he needs to look good all the time. So there are. I'm not saying life is hard when you're at the great moments, but it does take a mental toll, and so that's why the universe of like testing years and years of like, do you want this or not? Because it's not gonna be easy too when you got it.
Yeah, bro. So, it's that journey, and we're kind of talking about how like we have to enjoy this journey because, like you said, bro, when we make it to the top, because we gotta manifest it. We can't go back to the moments like this. Yeah. in 5 years from now, we can't just record a podcast randomly out of nowhere on a Saturday. Yeah, next time we literally have to schedule it. Like, bro, I got like 45 minutes, bro. Can you? My assistant's like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whoever wants to be our assistants,
Yeah.
Maybe a Swedish assistant. That's for me. That's
something Swedish.
That's a story for another time. He's like, what?
Is like, is Roger Federer's from there?
Is he from?
He's from there, man. Wait, Sweden is Swedia, right? Yeah.
You sure, bro? I thought he was Serbian,
Swiss. Bro. Sorry. I thought Swiss. It's Swiss.
Yeah.
It's Swiss.
Well, we're both like college educated, but also I don't know stuff either, so it's all good, bro.
Sweden, Sweden,
all the SWs, all that kind of stuff. But it went good though yesterday, right? You were telling me.
Yeah, it was. I was so impressed on how detailed it shows me, because I was in the college team. Mm-hmm. It shows me the difference of college level and professional level. And to be honest, it wasn't the physicality. Physicality, everybody can make it because you can always become better physically. Mm-hmm. But it was the way that he approaches the game that was different. Like, look, I'm just gonna, I don't know if I'm able to, but he would approach the game in ways that high schoolers, college would never even think about.
Okay.
It's the thing that it's like Mr. Miyagi stuff of like, like wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
It's like that detail of things that people will be like, why do you even care about that? But that is the one that separates. It's the approach to detail that people wouldn't even care about.
Wow.
That like working in a 15-hour labor job that people would be like, this is not important.
Yeah, you're psychotic.
Like those things. Like those things, yeah. And I really, that is the mindset shift. More than everything that he taught me in terms of moves and stuff, is that mindset of find other things that people often overlooked that could actually gives you that edge.
That's a good tip, man. Because like thinking outside the box sounds like everyone says that term, but literally a lot of people. Whenever you say that, and that's like people start thinking inside the box,
Yeah, it's like don't think color blue, and then the only color you think
is blue the entire time. That's psychology is funny like that.
And when people always say think outside the box, people always think of things that is grandiose, something big.
It doesn't have to be crazy.
And it's actually something that is often overlooked that people just don't want to pay attention to.
It can be minuscule, super small. It can be literally
and it was the thing that made him a receiver that spent quite a time in the NFL.
A good career in the wow. That's
insane,
that
man. Detailed approach.
But like going off of that kind of, this is our other talking point. But overcoming fear and doubt, when you had to deal with that, how did you kind of overcome that? And what strategies have you found out that are most effective in managing fear and self doubt? Because this guy is legit, bro. You said NFL, like, bro, he's like one of your dreams to be like in that, like,
to have a career like him and. To have a great life after as well, like him.
Were you scared? Like, how did you deal with all that, man? Like,
when the opportunity comes.
Yeah, and the self-doubt. I mean, I can't imagine, because that's like if Jimmy Fallon was like, "Yo, you can guest star my show," I'll be like excited, but also my heart is gonna be like,
I know, right?
I can't mess up,
Right.
Like Jimmy Fallon, call me up, bro. PattySetiati@gmail.com.
Actually, Jimmy Fallon is one of the guys that taught me English. In terms of, I watch his YouTube before I go to bed. So he's awesome. I wish one day you can meet him and you guys.
If I could take his show, that'd be awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's what I do. He's one of my inspirations, actually. That's
really? I was so happy when he moved from late night to Tonight Show.
Yeah, bro.
I was the biggest fan. I was like, oh man, it's like we know this guy's.
Yeah, that one. It takes me back because now I think about my theater days, bro. One time I had this show, right? I can't remember exactly what play it was, but this guy was like, "Man, you remind me of like Jimmy Fallon, like the energy." And then I was like, "Whoa." I didn't really know him back then, to be honest. I looked at him like, oh, late night show host. I'm like, I like that stuff. And it kind of like sparked that whole, like, I want to do this stuff.
Yes.
And yeah, it's just crazy. So When I meet you one day, homie, we're gonna look back at this episode. We'll have an episode. Jimmy, you're gonna be on the show one day. Manifestation, bro.
That's amazing.
Kind of thing. But but going back to like that self doubt, how do you handle that? With like, what tips do you have for our viewers out there to deal with that imposter syndrome, so to speak?
And I feel like we always going to have that imposter syndrome in whatever thing that makes us grow, right? Whether you want to be a CEO, when you get promoted, you're like, am I good enough for this?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the imposter syndrome kind of situation. Hold on, let me.
Yeah, please. He's gonna lock
gather
in
my thoughts.
He's like, the imposter syndrome. Is there a poster syndrome? P.
Poster.
It's another P word right there.
I am poster.
I am a poster. I wonder what poster. Yeah, what
impossible is I am possible.
You know, English is so funny because if you say imposter, it shouldn't be imposter because of
I know.
Right?
Pronunciation.
It's wild. Like Colonel.
English, huh?
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Colonel.
Colonel.
It should be colonel.
I know.
See, it's weird. English, hard language, yes.
And
that's what I respect. But you also learn English from what's her name?
Tom Cruise.
No, not Tom. No.
Oh, I just seen.
I just seen, right?
Hopefully one day.
That's another. That's funny. Cause she's in that run club, right?
Wait, don't give her.
I know we're gonna get all the data
to go. But yeah. It's like the proximity is like whoa.
It's great. That's why being an that's why environment's such a big thing. Being in LA, it's so inspiring seeing people that are like hustling, grinding out there. The days you want to be lazy, like I said, someone's up. So you gotta just,
that's true.
Don't grind till like literally you're into nothingness. But it's nice having that, I guess,
standard
fire.
lifted.
Yeah, that fire on your butt, kind of like if I don't keep moving, that fire's gonna burn me. So we gotta keep going. So it's that that passion thing.
That's true. That imposter syndrome. It's like, I don't know, my head thinking of like, how can we clip this? But no, I just don't. That's the significance ego again. But going back to imposter syndrome, everybody will always have imposter syndrome, right? Mm-hmm. Fears of inadequate.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I've always overcome it and I'm the master at it, but throughout my experience, there are two things that I just recently figured out for the past few months. The first one is the power of alter ego. Yes, we still need to do the work, right? But a lot of time we are competent enough, we've trained enough, we practice enough, we've gained a lot of experience enough, and yet this imposter syndrome will always still be there, right? Mm-hmm. Even though we know we've done the work. We've taken the free throws. We do the speed trainings. We do the skills training.
Yep.
We've strength. We're healthy. We're ready. But yet the imposter syndrome takes us back to our high school days when we're not enough.
Plebs.
Yeah, when we're not enough, right? Yeah. So one, alter ego helps a lot. You've probably everybody heard alter ego from Kobe Bryant. Alter ego is Black Mamba. Beyonce, when she first started, her alter ego was Sasha Fierce because she only performed in churches, and suddenly with Destiny Childs, it's different kind of performance. It's more sensual. It's more like moving the body around. It's dancing, and she's like, "That's not me." Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba has to separate. Kobe Bryant has to live his life. Black Mamba is a killer. And the other alter ego was David Goggins. His alter ego is Goggins, and he always say it out loud. But he never said it was my alter ego. So what alter ego can help is imagine it's not like fake it till you make it. It's wrong. You're not going to do that. But let's say, because you're an actor, it's easy in terms of for you to understand this. Let's say you are Superman, and you embodied that Superman. It's not like you fake that you're a Superman, you say to yourself, what would Superman think in that moment? Mm-hmm. What would Superman feel? Most importantly, what would Superman believe? When things go in chaos, what would Superman believe? Probably for you, as Patty, when things go chaos, what would Patty believe? I'm gonna run my way out of here. But what would Superman believe? I need to help those people there.
Yeah.
And that could help in situations such as like me yesterday of like having an opportunity to train with the people that I dreamed about, and there's some voices of like, you're not ready, but you can channel that. What would my alter ego, I'm still tinkering down, but let's say G-Man, someone that is
G-Man. I like that. G-Man. G-Man.
It's like G-Man will always going to be confident in his ability to perform.
Yes.
He don't think about, I need to be nice to perform, I need to do this. He performs.
He's just locked in.
He's there. He's strong. He's the fastest. He's the strongest.
Yes, sir.
He's there. He don't care about what people think of him. He'll do the job done. He'll get the job done. what would G-Man think in that moment? Will he think about, oh man, I need another day to recover? Or G-Man will like, I'm going there,
I'm ready.
I'll be there, I'm ready.
Pursue it.
So it's not like I'm faking to be him. I would believe what he would believe. I would act like what G-Man would act like. I would speak the way that G-Man would speak like. And when you start playing around with your alter ego, we have different hats. We have a father hat. Eventually,
son,
hopefully.
or Wait,
that.
Trying to tell me something.
No.
Dada G, Dada G, Dada G. Oh man, that's going.
But like in our life, whether we're at work or at home, we have different hats that people say, and
Yes,
we
sir.
can channel that hat as an alter ego, because there are some aspects of our life that we want to show. In family, we want to be kind, want to be, empathetical, want to be there, but that cannot work well in the sporting, right?
Yeah, it's
you cannot
hard,
be
man.
empathetical to the person's gonna tackle you. Mm-hmm. You cannot be like, you can tackle me now as long as I tackle you later. You cannot do that, right? And yet you're like, but I'm a kind guy. So what helps me? Because I don't want to be mean to people, but somehow in sport. You got to to win,
Because you want to win, especially like for football. It's not.
It's like, if you're too kind, you might get concussion. So the alter ego helps because it kind of separate me. It's not gonna make me like, but I'm a kind guy. How can I be mean? It's just I'm not Galih right now.
Yeah.
I'm this G-Man.
It's
perform.
It's flipping the switch
that doesn't have any doubts.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
helps.
different persona.
Yeah,
See, the P words.
Yeah.
There's so many P words.
And when you played around, personas, and when you play around with alter ego, you realize it's not like you're bringing up something that you never have. It's just you bring out something that you've always wanted to have.
It's like dormant,
but
you
without
unlock it.
because the dichotomy. I don't know the fancy words. Is just kind of like on the opposite.
Yeah.
But now it helps you do this, and now you can find the balance between the two, and now you don't even need the alter ego. Now you can. It's part of you already.
And that's identity. I think is the biggest. I think for me personally too, like. My Patty identity, because obviously my name is Patrick, guys. You know, well, surprise, spoiler, Patrick Vincent. I know, yeah.
The one with SpongeBob.
Yeah, for real. I think that it's also a persona, but now it's become my identity. Now that like everyone knows me as Patty, and this is just how I am.
Right.
But it helps a lot. Like
Patrick
you said,
can be the
more
shy,
like,
insecure
yeah,
guy.
so formal, more relaxed, or I mean, I'm still relaxed too as Patty, to be honest.
But Patty's more the uplift.
Yeah, presenter vibe kind of thing, and it's like we all have these different elements in our identity. It just we need to know when to trigger them and like turn on those switches.
Yeah, and for the what moment, right?
Exactly, because obviously you can't turn on all the switches all the time.
You don't want to be Patty when you're trying to sleep.
Yeah,
You're
exactly. I'm trying to sleep, sleep. I'm gonna be Patrick. I'm just
right.
I think I'm trying to be like Pat.
And you don't want to bring the on the field G-Man to your relationship.
Yeah,
because you ended up gonna be having fights all the time because you don't want to lose. Right?
Shout out to all the beautiful women out there. We have to.
So you to get
what's that in English? Mangala is
not surrendering.
Not because surrendering sounds like I'm a little puppy.
It's more like
not conceited. No, what's it in English? But kind of like Mangala is
throwing away the ego. Technically.
Yeah, kind of just like I don't know how to explain it. It's some Indonesian words are just so hard to kind of translate.
But that one is alter ego, right? In order to overcome imposter syndrome of that doubt that you're not good enough. Second is I forgot. I was something that David Goggins say about doubt. Oh, this is great. So last week I saw David Goggins in person, and it's a lot different for a seminar. He was speaking.
Okay, nice.
He was one of the speakers, and it's something else when you actually saw someone in person and listen to them speak, even though they speak the same thing that you would watch, but just differently, right? Mm-hmm. There's a presence, there's energy. And one thing that he said, an audience asked about self-doubt, similar to what you said. Mm-hmm. Have that voice of self-doubt, and we all have that self-doubt voice of like, are you sure you're good enough? Or are you sure you deserve this? Things like that. And David Goggins always say, and he said, yes. You will always have that voice of telling us that we're not good enough. What we need to do is create the second voice. That voice that is a dog. That show you...
That dog, yes, sir.
Yes, you're good enough. You've done this in your life. You've lifted 400 pounds of tire before in your life. You've continued to become an athlete for 3 years, even though there's no contract, there's no kind of opportunities in front of you. That's like, in my perspective of having that voice of like, you are more than ready right now. Similar to what you did talk to me yesterday. We need to have that voice as a second voice. It's not like we're trying to get rid of the first voice. We just have two voices.
Yeah.
One voice that doubts us, second voice that it's a
Encourages.
dog.
Yeah, and
That,
that
like-
dog needs to be louder,
Yeah.
especially in the moments you have to perform. Like yesterday,
Yeah,
bro, you
that
had
dog's
to
like-
perform.
I'm able to do this. There's times that I did 3 times a workout a day, things that people say I couldn't do, and you have to do it, and I did it in the past. We just need to stack all those moments, and you just have that two voice. So those are kind of like the two things that helped me is one, alter ego, but it can be a little bit like it takes a little work. But what people can apply right now in order to overcome their self-doubt is what David Goggins say. Have that second voice in your head that is a dog that like proves you that you are more than ready for that moment, that you are more than good enough, that you are more than for that exact moment. So
I think being
that's
that good,
people
yeah.
can have like take it immediately is have that second voice.
Yeah, man,
So,
you gotta be good enough, man. Because if you don't have that mentality, man, it's just like a defeatist kind of mentality, and
it's that first voice, right?
starts beating that dog, and now becomes a puppy.
And then we always like shy away from that second voice,
Yeah.
that dog voice, because nobody ever told us to have that voice to encourage yourself. We always need that voice from someone outside, which is good. But at the same time, most of the time, we wake up and we're alone. We're in the bathroom.
Oh my
we're
god,
alone.
yeah, bro.
We needed that voice in ourselves, so we need to wake up that
Yeah.
dog, that second
If
voice,
you have
create
it,
it.
yeah, if you have it internally, you're invincible, and then that
Yeah.
kind of leads to that final point. But that winner circle that we were talking about, that's why I'm grateful that we met and everything like that,
Yeah.
bro. Because the days that the dog isn't awake, the Patty dog's a puppy, puppy Patty. It's nice to have that circle, like you, man, being in my support circle, always like holding me accountable to, like checking up on me. It's a powerful thing. And my question for you for this final point, right? Okay. How do you cultivate and maintain this network of supportive people in your life? And who are they? Any
Right.
shout outs you want to give out to the
Oh,
people out
wow.
there, you know? I know you mentioned your
They're-
girlfriend. So
Oh, yeah.
maybe if you want to shout her out, of course. You know?
Is it still on? It's still on, right?
Yes, it's still on. Don't worry. That's just
Okay.
the battery. Okay.
How long have we been doing this? Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah,
We did a lot of
we did
edits.
chat. Yeah, we got a lot.
So I'm grateful for my family, grateful for my girlfriend, but also there's so many people that helped me to this point that I am. If I tell everyone's names, I'm afraid that I might miss that one or two names.
Okay.
But it is very, very important to have that, as you say, winner circle. It's not
Yeah.
saying you have to have your circle full of winners.
Yes,
I'm
it's
saying
different.
it's I'm saying you need to have people that will be able to chin check you whenever you are down, to be like,
Yo.
you are not the person who would just lay around in bed type
Yeah.
of thing, which is what my girlfriend did. It was like when I was lazy, I was just all I do is just be in bed.
Yeah.
You're like, this is not you.
Yeah.
But also you also need someone that is be able to speaks to whenever you just need just let things out.
Yeah.
Right, and you need that friend that the winner circle, in my definition, is group of people that is able to be throwing their ego away, and that is a winner circle to me. Someone that is able to listen to you and help you without putting their ego in there. And I have friends in Australia, Indonesia that I am very thankful there because there's not many of them that I'm able to just. I don't even speak to them once a week, maybe once in a few months.
Yeah, yeah.
But whenever I need them, they're not gonna be like, "But you haven't called me in like this
It-
long. Why
bro,
do you
that's
call me
love.
now?"
Bro, that's love. That's
Right?
oh my god.
It's
yeah.
they like, "I'm here for you.
Priceless.
What do you
It's
need?"
priceless, yeah.
That, and I would do the same thing when they call me
Yeah.
in. My childhood friend, is in Amsterdam right
Wow.
now. We just suddenly catch up in like 3 months, but we're not like, you haven't talked to me in so long. It's more like, what can I do? What can I help?
Yeah.
Okay, you want me to just listen here and just bounce around ideas? I'll do that, and we'll do that.
That's
That's
dope.
the winner circle, is someone a group of people that you can always go to, that will not have their egos in with them, and you can have your egos there as well when you talk to them. And most of the time, people that doesn't have egos are the one that's trying to achieve great things in life. They have their own passions, their passions of wanting to serve the world of their own, because you need to throw away their ego, because it's a long journey.
Yeah, and definitely.
And that's why maturity with able to throw the ego away. And I'm very blessed that I'm able to have my family that it's crazy. I was thinking, how can I put this? But my family, my sister, my mom, my dad, and my girlfriend, if people think my work ethic is up there, compared to them, I'm not.
Wow.
I'm probably a quarter of what. Same as what you were saying about like people around you motivate you to do more and cannot be lazy. It's because the standard is higher. My sister did national. She just won gold yesterday.
Congrats again, bro.
She just won gold national yesterday.
Killing it, bro.
And she been doing national championship for 12 years or 16 years.
And what sport is this?
Is Kempo. It's from Japan, martial arts. That's how my parents met.
Arigato gozaimasu. Yes, there you go.
So yeah, she did trainings and all that while she was in med school, while she was in residency, while she was doing that. And I have not friends, I don't want to call them friends. I have acquaintances, people that I know in Indonesia that did med school and did residency. They complained the heck out of that time. And then I saw my sister did that and national training and martial arts, and you literally get beat down.
Yeah,
it's not like you get beat down mentally.
Yeah.
You get beat down physically.
Yeah, it's a physical.
And mentally, and then you got to show up for a 10 hours, 12 hours of that, and then do that all the things again. And she didn't complain.
Wow.
My mom and dad, they always have that lifestyle of the athlete's lifestyle, the mindset of the samurai mindset of just keep getting better every day without like forcing people to get better. Just they do better themselves. And Zara, she works a lot.
Oh man,
and then
she's the best, man.
She does CrossFit and then she does gym after that.
I know.
The mentality of that, and she's being kind on top of that
Bro,
all.
And the patience you have to do to work in a restaurant. Oh my God. This is why I stayed in that restaurant for so long. Because she was like the anchor for that team. And I'm not just saying it because you're her boyfriend, but like legitimately, bro.
Oh man.
One of the best managers I've had ever in my life. And I've had random jobs out there. A lot of random jobs, a lot of managers.
She's so kind, and I wish we probably we'll buy the company. We'll see. But she is very, very hard worker, and she have a high standard for.
Hello. Okay, arigato again. So we got cut off because of the battery issues. First time ever in the Patty Show, but
we're too passionate.
We're too passionate today. We having a fun time, y'all.
The energy is through the roof.
Exactly, because he was talking about his girl Zyra, amazing hard worker.
All right.
Shout out to her. Shout out to all the amazing people in your life, your winner circle, bro. Yeah. Just to recap everything, man. Any last words you want to say to our audience? Any tips
for that everything? Last topic on the winner circle is going back. One, surround yourself with people that are able to throw away their ego whenever you need them, whenever you talk with each other. Two, is surround yourself with the people that inspires you as well. Mm-hmm. The thing that I told you about, like how hard worker my girlfriend is, like on her standards of life, even though she works quite a lot and work out a lot, and yet still be able to have that beautiful state of mind and being kind to everyone. My sister works really hard, trains, and then still be able to do med school, residency. My parents as well. And you being being around. We did literally the hard work things, and yet still able to do our passions on the side. Hoping this passion will always being able to serve the world. It's surround yourself with the people that inspires you and be able to throw their ego around and really support you for your own good and their good and not the ego's good. And that's the ultimate better thing. That's probably can be the closing too, because who you surround yourself with really, really matters. Surround yourself with people that inspires you and that is mature enough that they're able to throw their ego away.
Bro, that's beautiful. Yeah. And I really appreciate you again giving that good energy and good vibes, because, bro, I'm telling you,
it's because you gave it too, so.
Hey, man, it's
goes
like
around.
Goes around. Yeah, this is the karaoke edition. Now we're going to start singing. Well, one day we'll have the karaoke edition.
It'll be fun.
Everyone always
Jimmy Fallon. Oh, no, it's the other guy.
Oh, no, he does do the... Oh, yeah, that's James Corden. But Jimmy Fallon does that other karaoke. We'll have a segment where we're just singing or whatever. But, bro, like, your talk here really made me rethink again about the passion of, like, how I'm not just doing the entertainment just for myself, because then it'll be just for the appearance and like, I want all the. It won't last. Like just be an influencer, all that stuff, which is cool. Don't get me wrong. The money's cool, whatever. But it's more of like you were saying, you want to be the shield for the Indonesian. I want to inspire to those people that are like insecure, because I've been there where it's like the lows where I feel like, bro, I used, like you said, you weren't like super athletic before.
No, yeah.
I used to not.
I didn't even get picked for pickup basketball.
Bro, see, that's what I'm saying. I
can dunk the ball.
I still don't.
Where's those people at?
Wait, you can dunk, bro?
Yeah, I can dunk.
Okay, I'm gonna need an episode where I learn. Because your explosive power is crazy. Yeah. But I used to be that guy where I was super insecure, but I did not like the camera. I didn't like presenting or not, which is crazy because I could talk for days, bro. I love hosting. That's like it's like an addiction almost, if that makes sense. Like I love being on stage, the presence,
Yeah.
like talking. It just like it fuels me so much. It's crazy to think that I used to be the complete opposite, but now I see the parallel with you. Like you used to be, you said, like not athletically inclined,
Yeah.
so to speak,
Yeah.
and now you're. I'm telling you, you guys see his videos. Instagram is what at?
At Galih Gibran, GALIH GIBRAN.
Yeah, thanks for spelling that out because a lot of people don't know. There's some people in Japan, arigato, and the UK. Thank you. I was gonna say gracias in the UK, bro. I'm dead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thanks for the accent.
That's a bit.
We won't get canceled.
Stereotypical.
Yeah, let's not get canceled yet. You know what I'm
Harry
saying?
Potter.
Harry Potter. You're
Harry
gonna.
Potter.
Our boy Daniel Radcliffe. Maybe you're gonna be on the show one day. We'll see. Manifestation. It's all about that. But thanks again for sharing, bro. And you know, man, I'm always rooting for you. Whatever you need, I'm here, man. And this
Thank you,
podcast
my
is
man.
gonna be fun. Thanks for making it
Likewise.
fun. And the next episode is gonna be even more lit. But we got this little what do we got? Preview for the next episode is we're gonna focus on pleasure again. Our next P. I'll let you know when that's coming out. But usually Thursdays, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what the Indonesian time is, but yeah, we also have some guests coming in through the door. But it's okay.
Perfect timing.
This is the perfect timing. So you gotta follow us on Instagram at Patty Show Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at The Patty Show. And yeah, he's saying hi to the fam over there. They just watched Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yes, sir. I don't know if he wants to sing because copyright might go crazy over there. My brother Arnold over there and Yasser over there.
We're not here.
Yes, they're not here, but you can hear them. That's the studio audience, guys. Woo!
Yeah!
So our website on PodBean is pattyshow.podbean.com. Leave us a review. Please, 5-star reviews only. We don't want no 4, no 3. I need 5. Come on now. Hundreds of downloads is crazy. I want to get 100 followers on Instagram too. And keep chasing your dreams, y'all. Any last words, Galih, for everybody?
Find what fulfills you in life and go do it.
Yes. Yeah. Hashtag Passion Paradise. Arigato. Thanks again, bro. I appreciate you,
Thanks
man.
for making this, my man. Thank
you, man.
you.
Appreciate you. Arigato. Peace.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Patty Show. I hope you had as much fun as I did exploring the crossing point of the 3 Ps: passion, pleasure, and positivity. You know, if you want to keep that Patty party going, you got to follow us on Instagram at Patty Show Podcast. Share this episode and leave a positive review. In the meantime, keep passionately pursuing your personal paradise. Arigato.